Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be using the fallen Saber Strike to get on top of the rocket ship in the Steppes. So as some of you may know, Bungie added an Auto-Rez, so we can use our interdimensional res breach. From the start, two people are going to do the strike normally, while one sets up the breach. I'm going to go ahead and set my spawn point over here in Mothyards. Really, basically anywhere will do as long as it's not too close to the steps and not much farther from here. This is just a handy landmark that's nice and easy to remember. Once you've set your spawn point, we're just going to make our way over to Shahan. We'll be using a hole that I came across on Esoteric's video that I'll link below. He put together a handy compilation of a bunch of them. We could try explaining it to Shah, but I'm sure it would just go over his head. Literally. It's right above Shah here. We're going to be dismounting off of our sparrow to get up here, and then using this little triangle to get above and sliding down here. We can just walk down, but sliding looks cooler. So we're just going to hit the load zone right here. And now we want to die to the steps. Just gonna want to jump into this corner. If you accidentally load safely, you'll want to try again, but it's a pretty quick cycle to try, so not a big deal if you mess up. So just kind of jump into this corner a bit. And there we go. Now we just need to wait for our allies to get to the boss room. As soon as they drop down, it will trigger the Auto-Rez. At this point, your allies can change characters and rejoin to join you out here. If you leave normally, blueberries might end up joining and find themselves in a soft-locked strike, and we don't want that. When your allies rejoin, they can go through the same process that you just did to join you out here, as you'll see Henry do here in a bit. While we wait, and check out some of these birds here, and this nice scenery that we don't really get much of a chance to explore otherwise. And here comes Henry. Hello, maximizing. They are over in the steppes, so you can't see them. While we wait on Henry, we might as well take a little look around. Looks like that stuff isn't solid. Ah, but that is. And hey, that's that tunnel that goes underneath there. Looks like that's about where the terrain ends, but the tunnel goes a little way, so that's kind of interesting. Some nice solid rocks out here. It's kind of weird. Reminds me a little bit too much of Last Wish out of map. He's getting pretty close, so I'm going to head back over. He should be popping up any minute now. The moon. Sadly, I'm pretty sure all of that's outside of the true edge, so we can't quite get to there. Any moment now.
Guardian down.
Oh, there he is. Now that we've got two people out here, we don't have to worry too much if one of us loses our spot. Anyways, let's continue from about where we left off. This building here is solid. but unfortunately the radio dish here is not, so we can't go climbing along that. Let's head out to the main attraction. You do want to be careful to not go too high, because you'll hit the true ceiling and die, and if you haven't set a spawn point, that would be rather unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, I'm sure as most of you with out-of-map experience may have guessed, this rocket is not solid. On the plus side, that means you can get very up close with all of the little parts if you want a closer look. But there will be no standing on top of it. I don't think it's solid in any of the zones that it appears in the Cosmodrome. But do let me know if you find one where it is. There's some other nifty things that we might be able to get a look at here. All of those planes that have been Mothyarded. And those various buildings off to the side. I like using Fighting Lion to do solidity checks with the nice clear bounce. Oh, something solid there. But it is not the building. Ground is though, so that's a thing. Let's go check out those buildings out there. Those are not solid. Let's see, I'll just dip right through them. Oh, looks like maximizing didn't hit enough buttons. Got like a nice set of buildings over here. Nice and science-y. Oh, that's as far as we go that way. Probably get a better look at those from the Mothyards, which I imagine would be similarly easy to IRB into. Most of the Cosmodrome areas have pretty large unloaded areas that you can set your res point in. Just pretend this ground is solid here. Totally not sparrow flying, don't even worry about it. Planes actually have a fair bit of detail to them for the distance that you see them from. Let's see how far we can get in this direction before we hit the true edge. Might even be able to check out these larger planes. Hey, we can. Oh god, any of them polygons? Nope, nope. That's that for that direction. Yeah, it is nice that we have an Auto-Rez now for Cosmodrome. Means you can go basically anywhere you want. I'll hope you have fun exploring the Cosmodrome with the interdimensional res breach. Wait, what? Alrighty then.